Hey guys, Michael here. Hope that you're all doing well. So, right away, apologies to Land of Mert because I had a character available that I forgot to change his name. So, we're going to go ahead and do that now. And we're going to be Mert the Eyeless here. Okay, looks good. And then we also had a request for another name, but I don't currently have any characters available. So hopefully I will remember that on the next Exalted Hero that we recruit, we will name him Pestilence. So that might be a little while because I don't think I'm in the progress of building any of the buildings that allow us to recruit said hero, but let me just double check that really quickly. Trying to remember now how we increase our capacity for exalted heroes. I think the cultist is over. Yeah, the cultist is over here. Ah, here we go. Okay, so it's a tier 3 building, and it is available in minor and major settlements. Okay, well, in that case, it should not be too long before we can go ahead and build that and recruit another one. I'm assuming that we are at capacity already. Yes, we are. In fact, we have capacity of 0 for everything. So obviously we're going to have to try to improve that. Okay. Although I think this right here. No, not this. I thought somewhere we were building the building that allowed us to recruit a cultist of Nurgle, but apparently not. Okay, all right, anyway, forget I mentioned it. All right, so anyway, a little bit of maintenance there at the very beginning, always important. I want to encourage people to continue to suggest names if there's any that strike your fancy. Keep it, reasonably lore friendly, but other than that, I'm pretty open. And anyway, moving on then, what we're going to do, I think we're starting out here with with an end turn. We've already taken most of our moves and everything for this turn, but we're going to basically see what happens here with this army. We do know they're in recruiting mode. I was informed that apparently now the basic fort, see if you hover over this, it doesn't say that this allows any kind of recruitment at all. But apparently it does actually allow the basic spearmen, which does explain why they're recruiting right now. And I guess how they were able to recruit from encampment stance using global recruitment. Maybe they even had something, I guess maybe AI cheats just allow them to do it in a single turn. However, it still doesn't explain how they were able to move, attack me, lose a battle, retreat away, continue moving, and move all the way so far away that we couldn't reach them with our movement, and then also still go into encampment stance and do their global recruiting. So still kind of scratching my head on that one, but it hasn't really affected us all that much. We will obviously continue to overcome little issues like that, but let's go ahead and get on with this one. Like I said, we're going to start out with an intern. Depending on what happens here with Frinley Wolfheart, we may or may not be attacking Grung Zent in the upcoming turn. But for now, looks like we're tracking all of our mission objectives. I'll just take a look here really quickly at our diplomacy. Really nothing to do diplomatically. The big issue is going to be if and when Emperor Karl Franz declares war on us, but so far he's making a mistake allowing us to kind of clean things up, and obviously taking Korun was a mistake for him. Good for us, though. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and do the intern. And he's still not declaring war on us. Festus does not seem to be doing real well, so that's interesting. Possibly, I mean, we could possibly make a move to try to rescue Festus if, you know, thematically there's some reason why we would want to do that. Okay, so Khorne has become Ascendant. That's okay. It's at least better than Tzeentch. Confederation is okay. That's interesting right there. Nuln and Middenland. I should say Wissenland and Middenland. Okay, we have the standard here. 6 Kislev, Cathay, or Empire settlements, whatever. And some wars are being declared that don't particularly affect us, so we're not going to worry about any of that. Okay, so let's take a look here at Marienburg. They are now up to 8 units. They're going to continue to recruit. I think maybe what we need to do, the problem being that garrison. So they have 26 units, including 1 mortar. But other than that mortar, well, the Empire Knights there are good. And they've got some missile. But I do kind of feel like if we can catch them in a field battle, that's going to be to our advantage. So, if we think about it in that sense, we could lay siege with Mert the Eyeless here. Not launch the attack, but just lay siege. And then bring Ku'gath in within reinforcement range. I think that's what I'm going to do here. Bring Ku'gath within reinforcement range, and that then will determine if they sally out to attack us. They would have 26 units against our 25. So strength-wise, I would think that the AI should think it's pretty even. Since they only have 1 settlement remaining, they might feel like they have no choice but to sally out. I think it's worth the try. The big question then would be, before I lay siege, do I want to drop a plague on them? I might want to do that. Let's take a look here at what we could do, for example. So we could reduce, we could give them the plague that makes them suffer attrition. That would encourage them to come out faster, potentially. We could reduce their melee defense. We could reduce their melee attack. I'm not too worried about spells. I don't think they have any spellcasters. Alternatively, of course, we could just drop the plague on ourselves. That probably is the more cost-efficient way to do it, rather than summoning a cultist. Okay, so what we can do here... By the way, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm using the alternative soundtrack for Chaos. So the music that's playing in the background for this campaign has been different than the standard Warhammer music. Just wondering if anybody had noticed that. Just kind of curious here. I get distracted very easily. So we now have Beasts of Nurgle. You know what? This is mislabeled. It says provides garrison Hounds of Decay, which I don't know what Hounds of Decay are, but it appears to me that what we have... Oh, never mind. Hounds of Decay right there, okay. I was going to say, I thought maybe it was mislabeled, that it was actually bringing in Beasts of Nurgle, but... Okay, so Hounds of Decay, they look... Only 32 models in a unit, 30-30 melee attack and defense, decent weapon strength. Yeah. Okay. Nothing special, obviously. They're pretty much the equivalent of the Chaos Warhounds with poison, probably. They're probably exactly that. Okay, so back to the matter at hand. What we're going to do is we're going to come down here. We're going to lay siege. This is obviously going to be a decisive defeat. And I hate that we're not allowed to build siege equipment against forts. It doesn't make any sense. Why on earth did they do that? And then we have Ku'gath, who's going to have to come in in march stance. Now what we're going to do is we're going to drop a plague on Ku'gath. We're going to give melee defense, cooldown for spells, melee attack. Onto Ku'gath. And then we are going to run him down. We're going to spread the plague to this other army. Now, if you do it back and forth, I consider that to be cheesing. But if you do it once, I don't have a problem with that because I forgot. It doesn't let you bring up a reinforcing army like this. So aggravating. Okay. Ku'gath, can you move to here?
Move forthwith.
If they sally out and attack us, I hope... Yes, we will reinforce that battle. Okay, so I cannot spread the plague because of how the game, just for whatever reason, it uses a different world of mechanics when it comes to forts than what it does for literally any other types of settlements. Okay, whatever. Okay. I guess I could have recruited some more. Now, I do want them to sally out and attack us, so I think we can handle that battle with the units that we have here, as long as there are some trees. Meanwhile, we do have Corone incapable of defending itself, but that won't be the case for too much longer. They're losing a little bit of public order. I could consider turning off the collecting of the income. That would definitely be a benefit there, but I don't feel like we probably have to. The provincial instability is going to go away. The Nurgle corruption is going up, so that should take care of any public order issues that we've got. And then public order actually looks pretty good here in our main province. Of course, we are also improving it. I think what I could do... Now, I guess the growth is still the most important thing for us. Okay. Fair enough. Unholy manifestations. Any reason to do this? This is casualty replenishment and damage reflection. Damage reflection could be pretty good. This is probably the turn that we are the most vulnerable. They are at their highest level of strength, and Ku'gath's army is in march stance. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to drop this pestilent growth on Ku'gath's army just for this damage reflection. See if that helps. Okay. And then other than that, I think we're going to just wait for them to sally out and attack us. Let me check their diplomacy again. Never mind, I don't need to check diplomacy. We know there's not going to be any change. Let's go ahead and just double check, make sure every settlement is maximized. Yep, okay, let's go ahead and do it. Wow, Reichland has really gotten weaker. I'm no longer worried about Reichland. Okay, Grom the Paunch. Yeah, I'm not surprised he likes us because of our war with Corone here, so I think maybe we'll accept this. Let's do it. So Festus, actually, I was just saying how he looks weak, but he's actually doing every bit as well as Karl Franz. Okay, this is what we wanted. Let's take a look at the battle map. Well, we got some trees back here. And we got some trees in the middle. maybe we make a run here into the trees in the middle, but this is certainly... this is going to be just fine for us. As long as we stay in the trees and we take care of those mortars, which I'm expecting the plague drones to take care of. Alright, so pretty obviously, start deployment here. Pretty obviously, we're going to have to deploy back here because we're not going to be able to run here into the middle because our army isn't going to come in for almost 2 minutes. So we're going to set up right here. The plague toads I'm actually going to leave over here, visible. And then we're going to hide everybody else over here in the trees. We'll see how they handle that, but basically we're going to have to drag Ku'gath's army over to here, so almost 3 minutes before it'll actually join us. That's okay. Our plague toads are not fast, but they are faster than most of that army. The only thing they're not faster than are the Empire Knights. I probably need to be careful that they don't get us with their Empire Knights. Alright, let's go ahead and speed up. Yeah, I think we're fine. Are these Empire Knights? Yep, sure are. Okay. Well, you know what? They ought to be getting here into the forest pretty much around the same time that Ku'gath is entering the battle. So that actually is going to work out pretty well. They might they might get here just a little bit before. But that's okay. They're not going to wipe us out before Ku'gath comes into the battle. And meanwhile, then, we might be able to trap these Empire Knights back here on their own with our incoming army. Meanwhile, Mert, you could do a stream of corruption if they get close. It's going to be, timing-wise, it's going to be very close, but the bulk of their army is still back there, so I think we're going to be just fine. Alright, let's get ready with this stream of corruption. How are they going to handle the hidden units?
Manifest decay.
Alright, they're gonna fight us. It's an interesting decision. Meanwhile, 1 second, here we go.
Nurgle, come on.
Literally everybody blob up here for now. Just for the moment. Completely wipe out those Empire Knights, and I just want to make sure I don't lose anybody here. I want everyone in the trees. Now, the plague drones, as I mentioned, I need you all to find those mortars. Right there they are, smack dab in the middle of the enemy army. That's not great, but it's fine. Let's get the Nurglings into position here. Let's get all of the plague bearers into position here. Ku'gath, Mert, and Yin all need to get into their positions as well. We didn't actually take care of the Empire Knights. Tell you what, Ku'gath, you can keep fighting those Empire Knights. Blast them. No, never mind. Don't blast them with Stream of Corruption. Tell you what we need is. Do we have a. I wish we had a. Whatchamacallit? I'm forgetting what the single target damaging spell is called. But I wish we had that to use against the enemy lord there. Okay, right here. You need to come back behind. Meanwhile, how are we doing back here? Everybody's blobbed up pretty well. That's what we want. Ku'gath. Let's get you more, a little bit more in the middle there. Let's just keep trying to keep our lines blobbed up appropriately. Plague Toads, you can maybe think about working around the edges. No, I'm holding down the shift key. I really want you... There you go, that's better. Meanwhile, we're very slowly doing damage to the enemy lord. Okay, right here. Get on those mortars. Plague Toads, make a mad dash. Once we get behind, we will attack those handgunners, perhaps. Beasts of Nurgle. What do I want to do with our Beasts of Nurgle? They're pretty ineffective where they're at inside the trees. I think I can try to get them maybe out behind, just like the Plague Toads. Let's see if anybody turns around to yeah, the handgunners are going to shoot at our Plague Toads here. That's not great. Okay, Plague Toads have taken some damage. Oh, I've got multiple Plague Toads. I didn't even realize. How did I get multiple Plague Toads? Did I must have had a unit in Mert's army that I didn't realize. It's okay. Everything completely under control here. Again, not the most exciting type of battle in the world, I know, but blobbing is basically what you want to do when you're Nurgle. Okay, now these Plague Toads can come out of the trees and destroy those handgunners, and we're going to use our drones here to destroy these crossbowmen. These Plague Toads just do not want to move. They're bogged down, unfortunately. And they're also right at the tree line, which is not where we want them to be. As much as possible, we want them to get away from danger. But although if I lose them, I'm not going to be too terribly upset. Okay, so we got the Plague Drones on those crossbows. We've got the Plague Toads on those handgunners. Okay, we lost our Plague Toads. That's on me. But we're in pretty good shape here, I think. Meanwhile, I can start to do some more streams of corruption, probably. In fact, yeah, look at this. That's beautiful right there. And we can do that with all of our characters. And Yin, just for good measure, let's do it with you as well. Maybe get you doing this one over here as well. And go ahead and throw a heal on these Plague Toads back here. Our Plague Drones are actually kind of taking a lot of damage there. We better get them out. It's not like we desperately need their help at this point. However, you know what? That would be, back there would be a good place now to do the stream of corruption. Keep coming out of there, guys. You're taking way too much damage. Beast of Nurgle. Okay, we've got... Those handgunners are steady. That's problematic. We expected them to be in much worse shape. Okay, let's go ahead and get Stream of Corruption back here.
Nurgle's gifts.
Ku'gath. You know what? That first one didn't go off because I'm too far away. Let's do it here instead. Oh, no, there we go. Just worked. And again, we don't have the Winds of Magic to do it again. Okay, these plague drones, you come down here and help out those handgunners now. We still are working on that enemy lord. Over here, let's focus everybody on those Empire archers. Why are you guys in the air? There you go, that's better. That's what I wanted you to do. Okay, I think... let's go ahead and get all three of you. I'm going to put you in control group 5 here and make sure that you are working cooperatively. Got them broken. We'll throw a heal on the plague drones. Okay, we got the enemy lord almost dead back here.
I am Lite. Suffering.
Let's try to take him out entirely.
Not a child.
Yeah, no, I don't even see where you're at. There you are. Yeah, you can help out trying to take him. Ku'gath. We can do a Stream of Corruption again. I'm not sure that there's a good place to do it, however. Right now, pretty much everything's broken. In fact, well, I'm sure this is about to turn into army losses here. Shattered. Yeah, this is... there we go. Okay, there's no chance that we're going to kill that guy, but...
Speaks.
Friendly Wolfheart, I'm very hopeful that we'll be able to kill you. Now, keeping in mind that because we're not going to completely wipe out their armies here, they are not going to be wiped out. We're not going to take the settlement. We're still going to have to assault it. But at this point, we have weakened their garrison to the point where they should not be able to put up too much resistance. Meanwhile, Friendly here. He's got 18, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and 0 HP. Okay, Ku'gath, let's go ahead and speed things up here. You can bombard those Empire archers. And actually, you know what? Do we have any single entities who need healing? Does not look like it. Alright, let's go ahead and speed up. It's probably not really worth the effort here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Okay, we did lose the one Plague Toad. We still have yet to have a unit come back to us with Demons Reforged, unfortunately. But again, not really a big deal. 100 infections. 1% army replenishment, obviously not useful at all because we're already pretty much full strength, and the other option, 780 favor. I think we're going to take the infections.
You are worth.
Looks like Mert the Eyeless got a level. Mission successful. Okay, that's good. We'll take that. And chance of the plague spreading 15%. Plus 15%. That's good. Earthing Rod. It's okay. Enemy killed in battle. Nurglish Zealot. Nurgle corruption and seduce units budget. Okay, whatever. Okay. Well, unfortunately, we're still going to have to launch a frontal assault then on the fort without the benefit of any siege equipment, which is an incredible nuisance. But it is what it is. Just another design flaw in the game. What's one more, right? Meanwhile, we'll go ahead and give Mert... I think we'll go ahead and start giving you some magic. Rancid Visitations, that's the name of the spell I was trying to remember. We'll go ahead and give you the arcane, the earthing rod as well.
Artifacts to empower me.
Okay, so looks pretty weak. The garrison looks pretty weak. Ku'gath, we put you in encampment stance. That will at least give you the benefit of the leadership and melee defense buff. We can't move you any closer or it'll go ahead and launch the attack, which is probably fine, but let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. What is this all about? Please don't tell me that Grom has a Wa for Corone. That would not be good, since we just made a non-aggression pact with him. Still many turns away but from being able to level that up, and then here we're still 3 turns away from being able to level up one of these minor settlements. Meanwhile, they're not super great looking here with their ability to defend themselves, but it's fine. We're not currently at war with anybody up there. Okay, I guess we really don't have anything else to do other than go ahead and fight this battle. So let's do that. Let me see if I can make sure that I'm close enough. See, I don't think I can move Ku'gath at all, or it will launch the attack. But I'm assuming it will launch the attack with both armies, right? Yes, okay. In fact, it now makes Ku'gath the initiator of the battle instead of the army, instead of Mert's army, which is the one that's laying siege. It's just very strange. I don't understand why the game does it this way. But whatever. We're going to go ahead and take a look here at the layout. There's going to be towers firing at us from every direction. We cannot climb the walls with our Nurglings, but we can climb the walls with our Plague Bears and probably Yin. This is going to be kind of ugly, to be honest with you. I would not be surprised if we lose units in this battle, but we're going to do it.
Disease!
Okay, so we only have a single tower over here or over here. So that's our best bet. We're going to put all of the Nurglings back here. Let's take you and make sure that you're as far away as possible. Okay. Then the Plague Bearers put over here. The Beasts of Nurgle and Ku'gath, depending on what happens here in terms of the Plague Bearers attacking the walls over here, I may try to move Ku'gath and the Beasts of Nurgle in to try to knock down the gate. But for now, we're going to put them back here as well. And then Yin, same with you. Let's get you over here as well. And our reinforcements are coming in the middle, up the road, 2 minutes in. Alright, let's go ahead and start the battle and try to climb up over here. Yin, you try to climb up right there. And they don't even have the tower occupied. They're able to shoot us all the way from over here, though. That's a bit annoying, but that's going to happen. Boy, we're taking a lot of damage there. Holy cow, are we taking a lot of damage. Ku'gath, you need to come forward. I just hope we didn't take too much damage there from the handgunners. Or is it from towers? Yeah, it's from these towers. Okay, well, it is what it is. Yeah, we're taking a lot of damage here. That is definitely a huge concern. Okay, Nurglings, can you do anything at all? No. Alright, I'd better bring the Plague Drains over. Our Plague Bearers took more damage and Ku'gath is getting shot up pretty bad as well. We took more damage already in this battle than probably all of the other battles we fought in this entire campaign put together. That's the problem with walled city battles with no siege equipment. Okay, Ku'gath, you know what you can do is we can do some strings of corruption at the very least, I guess. Ku'gath can't really, unfortunately, contribute any other way. I can't cast it on the wall. Let's go ahead and debuff the enemy hero there. Okay, we definitely need the three of you. Head up over there, and let's go ahead and draw as many of them over to this side as possible. Beast of Nurgle, you can go ahead and make your way into the middle. Ku'gath, I think I might need to get you up there as well. I'm not ready to call this a failed battle at this point, but it's completely this over here, this aspect of it has failed. Okay, Ku'gath, you're getting shot up pretty bad. But you can handle it, you're tough. Okay, let's throw another heal up over here. Maybe we can just bog them down long enough to survive over here. Yin, I really wish you had your Locus of Contagion, but not yet, my dude. Not yet. We do have an opportunity here for a stream of corruption on those Empire Knights soon. I think we just focus everybody on the enemy hero there. Alright, the beasts of Nurgle are about to hit the gate. Ku'gath, have you done any damage to that gate? Almost none. I'm gonna turn off fire at will. Just melee it. Okay, meanwhile, Nurgling's getting in position. The Plague Bears are almost up over there. Well, not almost up, but almost to the wall. Yin, here we go. Okay, what do we want to do? I think we want to do a stream of corruption on these Empire Knights. Like that. Did some decent damage there. We are losing our Plague Bears over here. That's unfortunate. 30 seconds before I can heal them. Mortars are firing. That's just what we need. We're not doing any damage to that enemy hero. Because of course we're not. Meanwhile, Nurglings. Okay, I'm going to start to lose Nurglings. What are they shooting at back there? Doing some damage to the gate, but we're taking a lot of damage at the same time. Let's just get all of the Nurglings lining themselves up as targets back there. I'd rather the Nurglings get shot at than the Plague Bears back there. Okay, here we go. Let's throw up another heal. Plague Drones, you know what? I have completely forgotten about you. You can get in there and take on those mortars. You're going to get shot by all of the internal towers, unfortunately, so that's pretty risky. But kind of needs to be done. We're only halfway through that gate, not even really halfway. Okay, you guys are very slowly climbing the walls. What are you doing? You're not doing anything. And you're not doing anything, not you. You are supposed to be climbing up there, but you're not moving. This is just sad. CA, you gotta fix siege battles. I know you've just made an announcement that they'll be fixed in the summer, but I will believe it when I see it. It's just the pathfinding in siege battles is so terrible. Where are you? Come on, don't. Why are these plague drones moving so slowly? The towers have slowed us down. Is that an SFO thing? If so, that's kind of insane that they can slow down flying units by 75%. Wow, holy cow. Well, at least we're going to start destroying those mortars. They're now in our range. Meanwhile, we have not lost these units back here yet. Okay, we could do another stream of corruption on these Empire Knights. Let me try to just do this just perfectly here. There we go. That looked pretty good. Okay. You guys you're holding your own. They're starting to fall apart back there. We're going to throw another heal up. Yin, you're doing okay. Ku'gath here at the gate. Is it the gate bug? Did they open the gate? Nope. Nope, we're still damaging it. Okay. Meanwhile, you are up on the walls. You can attack them. You are up on the walls. You can attack them. You are up on the walls. You can attack them. And I can only hover over that gate from this side, it appears. Okay, 20% left. back here. Okay, we got some of them broken. We can do another stream of corruption. The Empire Knights are running away. This guy is shattered. I think we're doing fine over here. You guys just focus on who you're fighting, and that'll be good enough for this battle for all of you. Now, Nurglings have taken a fair amount of damage, but it's fine. Like I said, I'd rather them get shot up than the Plague Bears. We got it down to 3,000 hit points. Our Plague Bears, I knew I was not being patient enough when I gave an attack order for these guys. They have no idea how to handle moving and attacking inside a siege battle. Just absolutely no idea what to do. Okay, back here we're fine. Now here, it's down. Nice, woot. Okay. Even though those are spearmen, I'm not too worried about them. Ku'gath, you can come in here, and let's start bringing in the Nurglings. One at a time, because you try to bring in more than one unit at a time, they will definitely get in each other's way. Okay, Ku'gath, just blow up those archers right there. Down here, okay, finally we're starting to form up a little bit. Let's go ahead and get you down there now. Let's get you down there. And these Plague Bears, let's get you over here. We can throw another heal on these Plague Bears back here. I think we have things pretty well in hand now. It's just a matter of mopping up. Tell you what, try to take out that enemy hero. We've taken this point. Our plague drones back here are actually still alive, even though I forgot about them. So that's a good sign. Let's go after those crossbowmen. These Nurgling... Okay, we need to start bringing more Nurglings in. These Nurglings right here. Let's try to get you in helping out over there. These Nurglings right here, as soon as they're through, which they are, you can go towards them. Mert, let's bring you in. Ku'gath. Let's get Ku'gath on the enemy lord there. Let's continue to try to move the Nurglings over here. Okay. Turn fire at will off. Yin, how are you doing? Okay, victory. There we go. Phew. Okay. Well, I don't think we lost any units. It looked pretty ugly there for a little while, but I don't think it's going to be worth trying to run down that enemy lord. So I'm just going to go ahead and call the battle right here. Alright, decisive victory. Did not lose a unit. Pretty pathetic rewards here, but that's going to happen. And I think we'll take the extra 100 infections. And that should take care of Marienburg. I believe they are now wiped out. We got ourselves a Nurglish familiar. That's pretty good. We'll take it. Mert the Eyeless, you got one as well. And you got yourself a Chaos Steed. Scourge of Mankind as well. Congratulations, Mr. Scourge. And why did we not... I hate it so much. Never mind. It looks like we're still going to be able to just walk right in, I guess. Okay. I don't understand why forts are so broken. I mean, I attacked it, but didn't occupy it. I guess because it actually launched the attack from the non-sieging army, because that makes sense. Alright, anyway, stop complaining, Michael. These are small things. Okay, let's go ahead. I'd love to give him Bloated Carcass, but at this point, I think we have to go all out towards Lightning Strike and Renowned and Feared. Now, Yin, you... Now you've got Locus of Contagion. That would have come in handy up there on that wall. Okay. And then, for the early game, that's one of my favorite abilities. And then, let's go ahead and get... You know what? I miss having Rancid Visitations. That would have been useful in these battles as well. Plague Doctor, chance of a plague spreading, only goes on a Lord. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to occupy with Mert. You can take... You can take the settlement. How often does that happen where Ku'gath occupies Fort Bergbrus? Probably not too many campaigns. And we've got a mission successful. Very good. Faction destroyed. Very good. Okay. And then that puts Ku'gath in position to come back into Marienburg, where you should get a little bit more replenishment. And you're in position then to attack Grungzint next turn. And Mert, you're fine. Fort Bergbrus is probably not going to be... Yeah, it's not worth spending 10,000 favor to level this up. We get pretty much no benefit whatsoever out of building this up as a settlement. Its only advantages as a strategic point. But hopefully we won't be at war with Kimmler anytime soon. So, not really too valuable to us right now. In fact, we could even consider giving it to him in exchange for like an alliance, maybe. How strong is Heinrich Himmler? Not really that big of a deal, honestly. It does look like Gorst is doing pretty well, though. He's up to 7 settlements. Strength rank 12 with his 10 billion zombies. Okay. So we're going to pass on this. Nothing to do here. Nothing to do here. We have now cycled through most, well, 4 out of the 6 stages of a Plague Flesh Poppies building, which does mean we have a decent amount now of units that we could recruit. Let's take a look. Yeah, quite a few Plague Bearers. We have 1 Exalted Plague Bearer, 6 Nurglings, and some Chaos Furies. Well, we'll definitely be recruiting a lot of that when we need to, but we don't need to just yet, and it saves us money on upkeep if we don't recruit them until we need them. So, I think maybe... Let me check my time here. It's been an hour, but... Actually, I guess there really wasn't much cut out of this episode, has there been? So I think this is probably a decent place to wrap things up. Commandment available, we'll go ahead and do that. We're just going to probably want to do Nurgle... Nurgle Corruption and Infections. That'll be good for us. And other than that, it's just time to... Well, you know, we can check diplomacy as well while I'm at it. Does look like Corone has gotten stronger, but all they have...
Marauders all.
If it'll let me look. All they have is 1 settlement here. Bordello, maybe. Or possibly Lyonesse. Plus Grungzint, which they have no army defending it. So, this... Michael.
Fury. Ill-advised.
Yeah, I can't really tell what they have. They might even have... Probably not. They probably don't have Musalon, but they might. Okay, anyway, it doesn't really matter, but their main army is down here somewhere, not really in our neighborhood currently, and they have a lot of different enemies. So don't really need to worry too much about them. I think we might be ready in the next episode to declare war on Reichland.
Ready.
He is allied with Wissenland and Nuln.
Wielder of the pale
They have
scythe.
21 settlements between them, even though they're both fairly weak. They're fighting Sylvania. We need to meet Sylvania, because Sylvania would probably
Yes.
love to give us some money to join the war
Amethyst Guardian.
against them.
What?
Have we met Festus? Yes.
Old sword,
What would Festus give
your
us?
demise
Joining
will
the
be
war
beginning
against
of the
Reichland.
end of your kind.
15, well, almost 1600. Okay, something to think about. We shall decide all of that in the next episode, but I do think that it probably makes sense for the Empire to be our next, I should say, for Reichland to be our next real target after we take Grungzent. And we don't really have a border with any hostiles or anybody that we really want to be hostile with all the way up here. So that really only leaves east as our next path of an offensive. All right, anyway, like I said, we'll decide all that in the next episode, but for now, that'll do it. Thanks everybody so much for watching. I'll see you guys then.